Dr. Stopel, we are happy to have you with us in the MIXiii conference. And for those of you that are not familiar, so Dr. Stopel spent many years in MAFAT. He used to be the Chief Scientific Officer at Elbit Systems. And now we are here in a Health-Tech conference, so can you tell us from your personal experience, what is your take from the switch and maybe the common things between what you are used to in the high-tech space to the health-tech space?
Hi, Yaacov. Great to be here today, but a very challenging slot, so let's try to do it fast. The transition from the defense industry to the health-tech sector has been fascinating and eye-opening. But despite of the difference between these two sectors, the structure is quite similar. You have to solve a very complex problem, use the building blocks, the technology, and the way of running a project and facing challenges. In the defense sector, we are looking on the future battlefield and looking for the technology building blocks to solve the challenges with our Army, Air Force, Navy is going to face in. In the healthcare sector, it's quite the same. You look on the next capability which you need to develop in order to improve the health tech service, the medical, and there's any regular project you have to run it by risk mitigation, limitation of budget, timeline, and demanding clients. You have to bear in mind that in the defense, most of the technology building blocks are dual-use technology. For example, wearable electronics. A lot of us wear a smartwatch, and you need it as well to the future warrior in order to monitor his situation. The same situation you have with augmented reality or a robot, man-on-man teaming. So 2 years before I left Elbit, I opened a new sector which focus on biology sensing, in order to use this layer as additional layer of sensing in the future battlefield. So it was a very great opening start to my current position.
So in healthcare, we also have a lot of battlefields. There's a common joke when you speak with a scientist in university. It tells you that we cured already all kinds of cancer, but in mice. Now we have to do it in humans. So switching to this area of health tech and biotech, from your perspective of what you already saw in the Israeli Innovation Authority, what do you think are the areas that if you look forward 3 to 5 years, what will be the growth engines of the health tech space in Israel?
So we have a few growth engines which we should focus in. First one is the bioconvergence, the integration between the engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, materials, computer science, and biology to create an innovative solution for advanced program. The digital health, utilize digital technology to enhance remote and advanced medical service and continuous health monitoring. Personalized medicine to look for the genomic of each patient and tailor for him the right treatment, including, of course, his health history, and take the leverage of the AI revolution, which you are currently in the middle of this evolution, and take the advantage which we have in the capability which we have to achieve this day in better data analysis in order to develop a new capabilities, new drug, new facilities, and new treatment. I think that we have this significant advantage in Israel because we have an advanced healthcare system. We have the strong technology ecosystem, and we have the talent.
Great. So I know that we had a conversation about this before the conference, and I keep insisting that the bioconvergence is great, and we have great engineers, and I know that the Israeli Innovation Authority is promoting the bioconvergence space, but there is also what we call the classical biotech space, and where you develop new drugs. And as we saw in the report, so $2.7 billion were invested, but most of them in digital health and medical devices, very low amounts of this came to the new drugs, and actually we don't have any successes in the last years of bringing a new drug to the market. So can you touch this? I mean, how the Israeli Innovation Authority is expecting to support also this important space of the biotech?
We look on the healthcare industry as a complex of a few fields, as you mentioned. In the last year, the Israeli Innovation Authority allocated 500 million shekel in the healthcare industry, as just shown by Omer. It's 30% of our annual budget. So while we look on the healthcare industry, we look is one of our next generation of growth engine of the Israeli tech companies, the Israeli tech sector. And you have to bear in mind, the Israeli tech sector is the main growth engine of the state of Israel. The tech sector responsible for more than 50% of the export, 36% of the income tax paid by the tech sector. So we look on the healthcare sector as one of the growth engines. We've done a lot along the year with opening, not just with direct investment in startups and company and venture and entrepreneur and applied research, but also by establish facilities, a national lab, and a project together with the healthcare organization. We have a lot of examples. I just can mention one of them, the ION lab incubator, or actually a venture studio, which you both know from Rehovot, which established by the support of the Israel Innovation Authority and together with the biggest pharmaceutical company, Teva, the Israeli biggest, is the bigger one, and the giant from abroad, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Merck, in order to create the right environment for entrepreneurs who want to develop the drugs, to develop it in the right way, to save the time, to work on accurate data, and give the entrepreneurs the right environment and reflecting the needs of the market in order not to waste time and money. In addition to these activities, we have additional flagship program, like the pilot program, which we initiated 88 pilot in the last year with a budget of almost 100 million shekel, and healthcare infrastructure in healthcare institution together with Ministry of Healthcare and Digital Israel. We have this day 21 labs like this, which including physical infrastructure and data. So all at all, we have invested a lot. We believe in this sector, and we have to focus our effort and money in the right place.
So it's always nice to criticize the government, but actually we know that during the Iron Swords War, the Israeli Innovation Authority spent a lot of money on Israeli startups. Some of them it managed to bring them to the next step. I must say that even in our portfolio, one company got $1 million grant, and now they raised money. They are listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. And we like the concept that the IAA is now promoting of what is called deep tech. And certainly the biotech is very important.
It's part of the deep tech,
very important
absolutely.
part of the deep tech. So we really appreciate it, and it fits what you said. And can you elaborate a little bit more about how is the Israeli Innovation Authority is going to support your vision in the next 2 or 3 years? Also, maybe the issue with the biochips or things like this that you want to mention.
While we look on the future, we think that we need to take the advantage of the state of Israel. While we see the state of Israel, we have to see the healthcare industry in the state of Israel. We have to see it as part of the global picture. So we have to focus on our advantage. We have a very accurate and fast healthcare system which know to handle a crisis like we saw in the pandemic. We have a very digitization infrastructure. We have the right talent, and I think that bioconvergence can be used as a growth engine in order to allocate us between the leader country in the world.
So before I'll give you the chance to give a closing remark, my closing remark is that we need the Israeli Innovation Authority to continue to support the deep tech, the biotech, the bioconvergence, get as much budget as you can to these spaces, and also try to bring multinational companies to create here R&D centers like we have in the high-tech. We should have it in the biotech and the health tech space. And I leave you the stage to give your closing remarks.
Okay, so it was great to be here. I really believe on bringing here multinational giants. Giora just mentioned it in his last two answers. This, among our other activity, can take the Israeli health tech sector a huge step ahead. I think that we should initiate such kind of process with a partnership with other government entities, Ministry of Treasury, and of course, Ministry of Economy, and the Intel as a success story, which took the high-tech sector to the front stage of the world, can be used as a case study in order to support us in bringing such a giant to Israel.
Thank you very much.